Hey everybody, welcome back to my Frosty's Kitchen YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to make some pizza. I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour. All-purpose flour is also called plain flour. This is 750 grams. We'll need 1 3/4 cups of water, 450 grams. And what I've done is I usually do 425, but in the last 2 videos that I did, I had to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of water, so I've added that in. So we've got the 1 3/4 cups of water with just a tiny bit, a couple of tablespoons extra. So that's 450 grams exactly. 6 tablespoons of olive oil, 70 grams. 2 teaspoons of instant yeast, 10 grams. And our last ingredient, 1 teaspoon of salt, 5 grams. So those are the ingredients. Let's get started. So I'm going to take all of my yeast and get it right into the flour and give that a stir. So that gets that yeast hidden in that flour. And then I'll add the salt and get that in. And that's it. We'll add in all of our olive oil. And if you don't have olive oil or don't like olive oil, you can switch to vegetable oil or canola oil. So there we go. And then I'm going to add in all of my water. And my water is at 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. So I've got my bowl on my little Cuisinart mixer. I'm using a dough hook today. We'll get that on. Lock that in, make sure it's on, and bring this down. And turn it to speed number 1. Now speed number 1 on the Cuisinart mixer is a little bit slower than the one on the KitchenAid. You can see that here. If you have a KitchenAid mixer at home, then you can see that. So I'm going to turn this up to number 2. And I'm just going to let that go. So if you are looking for a stand mixer and you don't want to spend the amount of money needed on a KitchenAid, this is a great way to go. You can see that's coming together rather nicely now. So if you're in a little bit of a rush to get everything moving, you can go up to number 3. It's very, very relaxing watching this all come together. Okay, I'll just turn this down and I'm just going to touch it now. Let's open this up a little bit. Let's just look at the dough. And I can see the dough is nice. It's not too wet. See, it's coming off of my fingers. But it's not too dry either. So for me, this is really good. And at this point now, you can see the dough is very, very rough. Now we want to let this go for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put a timer on for 10 minutes. I like doing the 10-minute mark, and that will just get all of this dough really well kneaded. I'm going to close this up. This machine is not as strong as the KitchenAid, so I'm just going to see what I'm going to use it at. That's too fast. I'm gonna go at number 2. So at this point now, I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes and then I'll come back. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. And I'm just going to lift this up and get this off. I know I'm not on camera here, but it's a little tricky to get this off. There we go. We'll take this out, move our mixer out of the way, and what I've done is I've already oiled my bowls while this process was going. So it's nice to be efficient when when your dough is mixing or kneading. So let's get this off. Let's check out the dough. I don't like to waste any dough. Okay. There we go. And look at the bowl, not bad. pretty good job. And there is our nice dough. Look at that dough. Oh, that is really nice. So now I'm gonna weigh the dough. I'm gonna cut it into 3 equal sized balls. So we're at 1267. So 1267 divided by 3, we're talking 422 grams. I'll take this off. And you can do this by eye. $422, $421, $425. So not bad, close enough. Just take your dough, place it down, and then you just want to pull it all together. Just bring it up over itself, just like this. Flip it over, and then get your hands like this, and as you turn, you want to push under the dough. So it's creating that nice dough ball, just like that. So in like this and turn. You're squeezing as you're turning, okay? Do it again. There we go, flip it over, and then the same thing. So in as you turn. Nice. There we go. Look at that. Nice. I've already oiled my bowls right into there. Like that. And the third one. And for the top, I am just using a canola oil in a spray bottle. You can add a little bit of oil, canola, vegetable, or olive oil, and then just use your fingers and rub it on the top, or use a little brush. This just prevents the dough from drying out while it is rising. And there we go. Cover it with a kitchen towel or plastic wrap like this if you're going to go in the fridge with it. So I'm going to leave these out for about an hour, and then they are ready to use, or you can put them into the fridge and just let them sit there for a couple of hours before you use them, if you're using them tonight. If you want to use these tomorrow, you certainly can. You just let them rise for about an hour. If they get really, really high, just take your hand and just punch them down, cover them back up, back into the fridge, and you just leave them there until tomorrow, and they will be perfectly fine to use. So that's it. We'll just leave these here for now, and we'll come back in about an hour and we'll see the nice rise that we get on those dough balls. So here we are again, not even 1 hour on my timer. It's 55 minutes in, and these are ready to go. So at this point right now, if I was going to be eating pizza right now, I could just roll these out and make my pizzas. Since I'm only going to be eating in about 4 hours, I'm just going to pop these into the fridge for a couple of hours so that the dough relaxes, and then I'm going to use them a little later on. So I'm going to grab all of these off to the fridge, and that's it. Hey everybody, so here we are again. I just wanted to finish off the video with some of the photos that I took of the pizzas that I made with those doughs. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and the recipe. Enjoy the photos, and I'll catch you on the next one.